Good morning, everyone. This is Mary Jane Baguna Nacorda, and I'm going to discuss about the second topic, social attitudes towards homosexuality. But before that, let's define what is homosexuality. So, homosexuality refers to a romantic or sexual attraction between people of the same sex. So, social attitudes towards homosexuality vary widely to regions, cultures, and generations. So, understanding these attitudes help inform public policy, human rights advocacy, and also the cultural development. So, first, let's going to point out the factors influencing attitudes towards one's individual. So first is religious. So here in religions, conservative interpretations of Christianity, Islam, and other faiths often oppose homosexuality. So for me as a born again believer, no, we really not we are not opposed really to homosexuality, but we are against on what they are doing. So we do believe that each religions, each congregations have their own teachings, have their own beliefs when it comes to gender and when it comes to about LGBTQ plus community. But we just need to show respect towards these beliefs, towards others churches and religions. It's because it's their own. So the next factors that really influence attitudes or social attitudes of one's individual is culture and tradition. So here, norms around family, gender roles, and honor affect perception. So each individuals comes from different culture, believes in having their own different traditions. So that second thing also influence or one of the factors that affects the social attitudes of an individual towards homosexuality. The next is education. So education plays a vital role in one's life. So here, having a higher level of education also correlates with more accepting attitudes. It's because people that are educated are have widely knowledge about gender, about the gender roles, gender society, and I do believe that people are well educated are having or have respect towards individuals, whatever they race, whatever their genders, and etc. Next factors is the media exposure. So when we say media exposure, it talks about the exposure of an individuals towards social media or any kind of technology. So here in 21st century, media exposure even in education are really rampant. So nowadays people are mostly active or using social media or any kind of media. So I do believe that having this media exposure of one's individual really affects on how they think and also on how they act towards people who are homosexual. Last factors that influence the attitudes of an individual is the legislation and policies. So here, legal protections promote normalizations and reduce stigma. So implementing or having policy towards or even the implemented policy and legislations about this can also influence or can also one of the factor that influence the attitudes of one's individual towards people that are homosexual. So now let's proceed to legal versus social acceptance. So here, legal rights, for example, the same-sex marriage, the anti-discrimination laws often precede or follow shapes in social acceptance. So most of the people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community really hunger for social acceptance. So in some countries or even in our places here in the Philippines, legal reforms exist despite persistent societal stigma. So here let's proceed to progress and advocacy. So the first is rise in LGBTQ plus rights movements globally. So that's one of the progress that we can see in our country. So there are a lot of movements that LGBTQ plus community did globally, not just here in the Philippines. So next is pride parades, and awareness campaigns normalize queer identity. So LGBTQ plus communities or families have their special day where they have parades that all homosexual people are being combined together and having their moments. Next is also they're also having some awareness campaigns, not just in school or in a university, but also in a barangays or in a community where people are educated on how we treat people that are part of LGBTQ plus communities. Next, the progress and and advocacies is international pressure influences reforms in some conservative countries. So we can't deny the fact that there are existing conservative countries, but then international pressure influences reforms toward the rise of LGBTQ plus communities in our society nowadays. Now here